GI symptoms as well. However, if 80% are getting mild symptoms, then 20% are getting more severe symptoms, which is a significant number of people.
Call you back. We're having a meeting after.
We also know that approximately 10% of people continue to have long-term side effects after the acute illness with COVID-19. This is referred to as a long hauler, getting more severe symptoms. A long hauler is a person who had COVID-19, had the acute illness, it lasted 1, 2, 3 weeks, and then months later even, they're still having some symptoms, commonly fatigue. That's what most people mention as one part that doesn't go away. Loss of taste and smell sometimes doesn't go away for months, as well as other debilitating symptoms, such as heart palpitations, when your heart feels like it's racing, just crushing fatigue, and what many people refer to as brain fog, or a sense that you're not quite thinking straight, you don't really feel like you can concentrate as well. So all of these are problems that occur in approximately 10% of COVID patients, even ones that were previously young, previously healthy. So all in all, COVID-19 is not something that you want to get if you can avoid it. For my own story, I was able to get the vaccine early in January through the hospital system. I was very, very happy when I got my notification that it was my turn. And my kids even teased me because they said, "Mom, you act like you won the lottery." But I honestly did feel like that. I was so happy to be able to get the vaccine. And I went and I got it. I did not have any side effects. It seems as though, in my experience anyway, and in talking with friends and other people, the older you are, it seems like the fewer side effects that you get. But certainly older people do get some side effects after the shot as well. Usually it is after the second vaccine and not after the first. So the first vaccine is the one that is given to prime the body to get ready to accept the second vaccine and to develop an immune response. So the purpose of the vaccine is to instruct your cells how to make a piece of the protein that is unique to COVID. And this particular response is creating an immune response so that your body can create antibodies to COVID-19. Right now, it does seem that the vaccine has been effective against some of the variants that have been seen, not all, but certainly some of the variants are also sensitive to the COVID-19 vaccine that we currently have. There are 3 different vaccines that are approved for use in the United States. The first one that was approved is the Pfizer vaccine, the one that is 95% effective in the clinical trials, which were involving more than 43,000 people of all different ages, different ethnicities, different races. And it was found to be 95% effective, which is really, really good. In light of the fact that the flu vaccine from any given year is approximately 50% effective, a 95% effective vaccine is really excellent. The Pfizer vaccine is given the first dose, and then after 3 weeks, the second dose. The Moderna vaccine is also 95% effective in clinical trials. That one is given 28 days apart. The latest vaccine to come on the market in the United States is the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. This one is 66% effective, which doesn't sound good compared to 95%. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a one-time dose, which has obvious benefits to it. But 66% effective against the disease is okay. It's actually decent. It's better than the flu vaccine generally is. And the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is 85% effective against severe COVID disease and death. So it is a good vaccine, and I would recommend it as well. The question about side effects of the vaccine. Yes, the side effects are there. The common ones are pain and redness at the site of the injection in the arm. Sometimes there's headache, sometimes fatigue, sometimes fever, muscle aches after the shot is given. These symptoms generally only last for a day or 2 days at the most. So most people have very, very limited time where they don't feel well after the shot. Some people have wondered whether or not it's better to have a natural immunity to COVID, meaning you had the disease and then you were prevented from getting it again because you had the disease. Natural immunity in COVID, we don't know a tremendous amount about right now. It is unknown really how you are protected after having had a case of COVID-19. It appears right now from studies that have been done that it's approximately 8 months that you have immunity after having had the disease. However, there are cases, many cases of people having repeat infection of COVID-19, and it was within an 8-month period. As far as the injections go, the vaccine, it is felt, but not known for sure, that there's a period of probably at least a year where you are protected against COVID-19 after the vaccine. And what happens with that, it just remains to be seen. So is there a plan to have COVID vaccine available on an annual basis was one of the questions that I was asked. And the answer to that is, I don't know. I don't think that it's known right now whether or not we'll have to have repeat COVID vaccines or annual vaccines as we do with the flu. Right now, I think that you can feel comfortable after the vaccine for at minimum 3 months and probably 1 to 2 years. Another question I was asked was specifically about the children's vaccine and when that will be available, because right now the vaccines are only given to, Pfizer vaccine can be given 16 years and up, the other two at 18. Right now, the Moderna people are testing in clinical trials the vaccine in 6-month-olds to 12-year-olds. Pfizer is doing studies now. They're in clinical trials with 12-year-olds to 18-year-olds. And they are in phase 2 to 3. So there is a good chance that these vaccines will be coming fairly soon for children. I was asked also if there are any medicines that should be avoided prior to taking the vaccine itself. And the answer to that is you should avoid pain medicine. Do not take Tylenol, ibuprofen, Motrin, any kind of pain reliever prior to the vaccine, because it can dull your body's response to the vaccine. So after the vaccine has been given, if you have pain, fever, other symptoms, it is okay to take it after the vaccine, but do not take it before. Now, I would say that there are a lot of myths. I'm sure everyone has heard some of the myths about COVID vaccine. The first one was, is it safe because it was developed so fast? And the answer to that is, it is safe. It was proven in all the trials to be safe. It does seem like it was developed too fast. However, the particular methods that they used to develop the vaccine were really not new. It's just that no one had to press the button and hurry up and get a vaccine before. But the mRNA vaccine strategies have been worked on before, and it was stepped up so that we could get the virus under control, but it is safe. Another myth is that the vaccine will give you the COVID virus. It does not. The vaccine is not a live virus, and it will not give you COVID. There was a question of if it causes infertility. That has never been proven, and it does not. The folks have said it alters your DNA. It does not alter your DNA. The vaccine doesn't even affect the cell nucleus, which is where DNA lives. So your DNA will not be altered, nor is there a microchip in the vaccine to trace you and your goings and comings. There is no microchip in the vaccine. Also, the question is, do you need to get the vaccine if you have had COVID disease? And the answer to that is yes. There is a period of time that should be observed after the end of your COVID illness prior to receiving the vaccine, which is about 90 days. But yes, you should receive the COVID vaccine after having the disease. Your President Biden has said that he plans to get vaccine for everybody 18 and up, available for the entire population by May. And hopefully this happens so that everyone can get the vaccine, because that is actually the only way that we're going to come to the end of the pandemic. So in ending, I would encourage you to get the vaccine. It's really the only way that we're going to get to the end of this. You will continue to need to mask up, double mask, in fact, continue with social distancing and hand washing despite that. But for fully vaccinated people, so those are people who have had both of their shots and have had them 2 weeks prior, the second shot. If you are 2 weeks out from your second shot, then you're considered fully vaccinated. At that point, it's safe to gather with small groups of similarly vaccinated people, and you can be comfortable without a mask indoors. It is still not advised to be in large groups of people. I would still avoid large groups of people if possible. Also continue to wear masks in public places. Those things are going to continue to be important. It's also okay to visit with other households of people who have not had the vaccine if they're low risk. So if they are not sick and if they're low risk, you may do that without a mask as well. I think that is it for my remarks. I'm okay taking a few questions if you like. I was asking for the questions ahead of time just in case I needed to do some extra research. And there are probably some questions I can answer if you have any. If I can't, I know where I can refer you to, or I can get the answer for you and get back with you.
Hi, Dr. Wynn.
Hi, Quentin.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for the information. I did have a question. You had mentioned the 2-week period after the second shot to be considered fully vaccinated, and then you said
Yes.
gather in small groups with similarly vaccinated people.
Yes.
Can you kind of clarify the similarly vaccinated people? Does that mean that if you receive the Moderna vaccine, you can only congregate with those who had the Moderna vaccine as well?
Oh, okay.
Johnson
No,
Johnson.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that confusion. I just mean who are similarly 2 weeks out from their second vaccine. It doesn't matter which vaccine that you got. It's okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Dr. Wynn?
Yes.
Hey, this is Omega. Thank you
Hi.
thank you so much. Let me say that first. But I think I heard you mention if a person has had COVID, there should be a period of time before they can get the vaccine. Did you say that? Did you say 90 days?
90. Yes. Right now, the information is 90 days after COVID infection to receive the vaccine. Everyone doesn't believe the 90 days. Some doctors are recommending it that if you have been over the disease for at least 2 weeks, that you can get it, but officially they're saying 90 days.
Okay.
I think you can ask your own physician if what their recommendations are. I think it probably depends on how sick you were with COVID as far as how long you should wait prior to the vaccine.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. I had one more question that I didn't address. Is there a plan to have the COVID vaccine available on an annual basis? Right now, no, but it's certainly possible. And I would not be surprised if next year it was recommended to get another COVID vaccine.
You mentioned that people who are fully vaccinated can also get it with, I think you used the phrase low risk people. How do you define low risk?
Low risk people are, number one, they don't have a problem with health in the first place. They are not already sick people. Also ones that are not out in the public. I would say not a healthcare worker, not someone that works in crowds, not someone that is going to bars, for instance, at night. Just people who are taking precautions and have been trying to do social distancing, wear masks and things like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dr. Wynn, this is Jean Amos in Saginaw, Michigan. Mom, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Mom wondered, she has a problem with swallowing, and she wondered if that would have any bearing on how the vaccine may affect her. We're hoping to take the Johnson & Johnson, but right now in this area, they don't have many dosages, and they're only being used for homebound individuals. So we're hoping that they will get more of those in the future. But she's concerned about her swallowing and whether or not that may bear on her taking the vaccine.
I think that when you have a medical problem such as that, it's best to talk to your own doctor about how that goes. As you probably know, I'm a pediatrician and I don't really feel super comfortable talking about adult medical problems. But I do think that you should just make a phone call to her doctor. And please give my love to your mom.
I will, she's right here.
Hello.
And
Good
then
to see you.
I have a question, Michelle.
Yes.
I wanted, and you may have addressed it, but I'm not sure. If you're fully vaccinated and you're in a small group of family members and some of them have not had even the first vaccine, would we still have to wear our mask?
Yes.
The official answer on that is if it's one other household, you do not.
Oh.
And they are low risk people who are not out in the bars, not out getting exposures, not working in healthcare, in long-term facilities, in detention centers, in jails. That it is okay.
That's good to know. Thank you.
Mhm. Well, that's all I have. And if there's anything else, you can certainly email me. I can probably help. I can certainly direct you to some good sources of information. And I hope everyone can get their vaccine soon if you haven't already gotten it.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you. It's very good.
Yeah, Michelle, thank you on behalf of the health and welfare team. And I want to say thanks to Thelma Wright. She is the one that introduced me to another church that had done the same thing. And she prompted me to prompt you to do it for us. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks, Thelma.
Very happy to do it. Very happy.
Mhm.
You're welcome. I'm so glad we were able to share with everyone.
Mhm.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
thanks for attending.
Okay.
Bye,
This is
everybody.
very
you.
good.
Good information.
Bye.
Bye.
Good
Bye-bye.
afternoon. Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Hey, Brenda,
Good
hi.
afternoon.
Thanks, honey. That was good.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Sylvia.
Hey, Brenda, how are you and Bobby doing?
We're doing fine. What about you and your house?